Comic fam, I'm feeling generous today. You're going to want to stay to the end of the video. Let's get into it. Top 10 hottest comics of the week. How you feeling, Russ?
I'm all right. I'm not sick, and neither are you, which is why we are here, healthy-ish, to be able to take care of your top 10 hot comics this week.
Dude, no Emerald City.
I know.
What?
No Emerald City has been a real bummer, and we hope the postponement is actually going to happen until later in the summer. But yeah, you've heard that Emerald City got postponed, WonderCon got postponed, Ace Comic Con in Boston got postponed. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now, so stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands.
Comic fan, let's give a big congratulations to Brandon Lusby, who is the winner of this Batman Long Halloween. We do a lot of giveaways here. Hit that subscribe button. We cover the top 10 hottest comics of the week every single Friday. We also put out a podcast every single week that's available here on YouTube, as well as on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, and iTunes. I want to jump right into this list at number 10 with a Frankies Store variant.
Gwen Stacy, number 2, the unmasked Ji-Hung Lee variant. Oh my God, this thing is so hot.
$70. It sold out on Frankie's website really damn quick, and it makes sense. This thing is gorgeous. It reminds me of my favorite variant that came out last year, directly behind me, Spider-Gwen number 1. However, there is also, if you like this cover, there's a more affordable trade dress variant that's going for $20. But this unmasked variant, hitting $70 highs. This was a $30 book that was available for the community to buy until recently.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at what number 9 is on this list, but not before we do our first giveaway. I want to send out this Ghost Spider issue number 1 signed by Seanan McGuire.
So good.
All right, comment down below. Let us know what you think about this list. What are you reading this week? Did you buy any comics? We want to hear from you. And let's look at number 9.
Number 9 on the list, we have Batman 635, and this is first time we see Jason Todd as the Red Hood.
This book has been a major key for a while.
Yes, it has.
I feel like it's dropped a little bit, but as of late, we're seeing some sales of this book. We're seeing like $70 near mint copies with a high sale at 9.8 at about 180.
Nothing really happened in the community other than the fact that they finally released what the alternate pages for the death of Jason Todd were.
That's
so
what's
cool.
going on, dude.
Absolutely.
I want this book now after seeing that.
And it's great to be able to see the return of Jason Todd, but if those of you weren't alive in 1988 or you don't know what a 900 number is, DC actually asked people to call up and pick whether or not they want the Joker to kill Robin or they want the Joker to fail in his attempt to killing Robin.
And they actually charged the community to call in to vote. And we know what happened. They decided to kill Jason Todd. He wasn't really a fan favorite. People wanted to see him die. It's kind of gruesome. It's kind of dark. But here's the thing. They had to prepare for both results. So, of course, there's this image of Batman looking somber, holding a lifeless Jason Todd. But they had to prepare results of Batman crying for joy that he's alive. And Jason looks like he's been tortured. He looks worse in this new released print of the original work.
So most of you know that it was less than 100 votes that killed Jason Todd, something I did not know until doing a little bit more research. Apparently, there was a person who had a robocaller and programmed his computer to call the 900 number to kill Jason Todd 100 times within an 8-hour period. So it could have been even one person that just wanted Jason Todd dead.
Oh my gosh, someone tampering with the results.
Who knew? Voting.
All right, so Comic Fam, this is like some fun new information. And before we move on to number 8, I do want to do another giveaway. I told you I was feeling generous. Courtesy of Torpedo Comics, we do have Batman Detective Comics 1000. This is the Torpedo Comics variant. And if you comment down below, let us know what you think about the list. It'll enter you to win this comic book as well. And I'm not about to let us go to the next number before recognizing that Batman does say in this new release on this panel that was made, he does say that he strips Jason Todd down, wraps him in a blanket to take him to the hospital because he is alive, because he still has to protect his identity. I'm not going to ignore that. That's kind of weird. I'm really glad that's not canon. What do we got at number 8?
Number 8, we have Star Wars Bounty Hunter, the 1 in 25 Dave Johnson variant. This is awesome. And for those of you Star Wars fans out there, I love me some Boba Fett. And this is really cool to watch the reflections of some other bounty hunters in his mask.
dude, as soon as you saw this book, you're like, oh yeah, that's going to sell.
Right.
And he told me that there was like 5 people who called in about it. This thing came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing sales at $70 strong for this, and they're already being listed for more. You thinking this is going to go up?
I think it will. I mean, what we've seen with the 1 in 25s and the 1 in 50 variants is if the Star Wars fans get onto it, it's going to continue to go up. We may very well see this in the next couple weeks.
Now, I know that this book had a pre-sale of like $170 raw like a week ago.
Yeah, so the interesting thing was that we saw sales on the 5th and the 7th and the 9th that were really, really high. It peaked at 170. There were a couple around 150. There were a couple in the 120 range. And now that the book is actually in hand, we are seeing them go in the $75 to $100 range. So proof if you are patient, you can sometimes get really, really good deals.
At the list at number 7, we have one of my favorite Bronze Age keys coming right back on the list, Avengers 196, first full appearance of Taskmaster, a 43% increase in copies sold in 7 days, people getting pumped, people getting stoked about this Black Widow movie. We're seeing more shots of him. I'm stoked, man. We're about to see some of his like physical movements that are going to match these characters precisely because of his genius intellect and his ability to mimic. This is a book that is awesome in any collection, but people are getting even more excited about this character having legs in this community because over at Disneyland, there's going to be this ride that's coming out, and it looks like they're going to have him be the lead villain stationed ride forever at Disneyland at the theme park.
Well, you know what? This book has been a solid seller for a very, very long time. But right now we're seeing raws going at $65 and $175 for a 9.8. And you know what? We have a 6.0 newsstand variant that we are in fact giving away. If you like, subscribe, comment down below, and tell us what your favorite Scarlett Johansson movie is called Lost in Translation.
This was donated to the community, some comic karma for the show. I'm excited to send this bad boy out. At the list at number 6, we have Marvel Fanfare issue number 11, the first appearance of Iron Maiden. Coming back on this list, we knew that Milena Vostokov was going to be in this Black Widow movie, but we didn't know to what extent. Is she going to go full Iron Maiden? Who knows? But in this very brief glimpse in the trailer, you do see a mask there. And the community is buzzing, and they're buying this book now.
So this Marvel Fanfare 11 is still fairly affordable at $15 for a raw copy, but if you're really a fan of Black Widow, you can get all 3 of the Marvel Fanfare issues, number 10, 11, and 12, first cover appearance for probably $20 shipped. Now, we did see a high sale of Marvel Fanfare 11 9.8 at $200.
A 450% increase in copies sold in 7 days, immediately after this trailer dropping.
So Tom, you spent some time at C2E2 with Sir Cates. Coming in at number 5, we have a book that Donnie may have fueled the speculation on.
I love this guy. He's so modest about how much he affects the comic book market in a good, positive way.
Right.
And then he's like, I don't know, I didn't really try. And then he does something like this. Okay, over on Twitter, he gets asked his opinion about who the villain is going to be in Thor Love and Thunder. And we know Christian Bale is likely going to play this villain. So who is Christian Bale playing? Is it Gore, the God Butcher?
You know, Donnie doesn't really have to make any type of statement at all whatsoever.
True.
He's generally really modest about what he's going to say. But, you know, maybe Dario Agger, but I don't know.
He's like just straight out throws out speculation. I
Right.
love it. So naturally, number 5 on the list, the first appearance of Dario Agger is going right here. Jason Aaron Goodness, Thor God of Thunder, issue number 19. We're seeing $15 average sales. $50 highs for this book and a 300% increase of copies sold. We're seeing rumors that this corporation is going to be featured in like more than one Disney Plus show. So it sounds like it's going to be kind of a theme throughout this Marvel universe that's being set up. Are we going to see the CEO? Are we going to see Dario Agger? Maybe. So this is kind of a good spec. I think it's kind of fun. He may be calling it right here. And if he's right, he's probably going to laugh at himself. Let's take a look at number 4. Hold up. No, let's give away a first appearance of Gore the God Butcher.
Awesome.
In Thor God of Thunder, issue number 5. Comment. Let me know what you think about this list and also what your pet's name is. And let's move on to number 4 on the list.
Number 4 on the list, Incredible Hulk 282. This is the first time that we have Hulk and She-Hulk.
It's their first team up. This book's popping after confirmation that well, we all kind of knew was coming, that Mark Ruffalo was going to be featured in the She-Hulk show.
This should actually be a good one. And I was excited because Ruffalo was supposed to be at Emerald City this weekend, but unfortunately, we will just have to watch him on our TV screens.
$5 average sales for this minor key, but we're also seeing a $35 high for this book that virtually no one was purchasing up until this news made it official. 400% increase in copies sold.
This is amazing because I know I've thrown this into the dollar bin.
That's right, comic fam. You heard it from the sensei. This comic book is out there. Get to hunting and do yourself a favor. And when you're on the hunt, make sure you have your Key Collector app downloaded. Available on both Apple and iTunes. This is the best comic book app that exists on the market.
On the home screen, hit that subscriber benefits button, use the code TOM101, and it will unlock all of the features for a whole free week.
And let's take a look at number 3 on this list. We have DC Rebirth, issue number 1, the 4th print. What?
This is a weird one, Tom. It's super low print run, and I don't think anyone was even aware that this is the first appearance of the 3 Jokers.
All on one cover.
Oh my God.
Flew under the radar. No one was really looking at this book, and I'm glad that it was being spec'd on by Key Collector, loaded right into the spec deck, and this book has started moving and moving quick because we know that there's a Black Label 3 Jokers story that's about to land, and we've been waiting on this for quite a long time.
Oh, absolutely. They've been talking about 3 Jokers for over a year, and there was that Rebirth cover, and then the second print Rebirth cover, and the one with Wally West on it, and then the other one with Wally West on it that happened to have the Jokers on it. Well, that's the one you want. These are going for a ridiculous amount of money. We did see sales in the $15 range, a high sale of $105, and right now there's only one listed on eBay, and I think it's $100.
4th print, no one was really specking on this. And you know what? There's like no reasonably priced inventory to be found. People are going to pay what they have to pay. But 3 Jokers on one cover, it's a key moment that no one saw coming. Unless you were specking on the next book on this list.
Justice League number 50.
Coming in at number 2.
Now, this is an interesting one because Batman reveals what the Mobius chair showed him in Justice League number 42.
That's right. In issue 42, Batman sits in the Mobius chair, and you don't know what he experiences. You don't know what he learns until issue number 50, which is what's going on the list today. $10 average sales, $45 highs, with an increase of copies sold of 750%. What did he learn when he was in that chair?
So it took a whole 8 issues for them to actually have Batman reveal that there are, in fact, 3 Jokers.
3 Jokers. Mind blown.
Wow.
We're going way back to Justice League 50 for this one. I love how it's all getting tied together because the comic book community is specking on those key appearances.
So there are so many great Batman books on this list. It's fantastic to see an X-Men book at number 1.
Let's tell the community about the secret variant we're sending out to some lucky members in the March Mystery Mail Call, the comic book subscription service where we send you comic books every single month. The community that makes our show possible. You help support what we do here. And you get some dope comics every single month. This month, we're sending out a Marvel exclusive to every single member, courtesy of who?
Cover artist Olivier Coipel doing a fantastic Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, in her old school costume. And the only way you can get this is by subscribing to the Mystery Mail Call link down below.
Only got a couple days left to join the Mystery Mail Call, and your boy did an extra variant to select members. I like doing this like low print exclusive variants to just kind of kick out to the community. So out of an 800 print count that Scout Comics made, I purchased under 500 to send out to the community, all signed by the very talented artist Piper. We have the ComicTom101, the mall exclusive.
Now, this is so awesome, and we appreciate Scout and Piper working with us on this one to get an extra special secret variant in the mail call for you guys.
That's right. Best of luck, comic fam. Only certain members are going to get this. This is not one for everyone because I like to change it up. You know, some people are going to get an extra scarce exclusive. And also, if you comment on today's video, courtesy of Scout Comics, we have the mall issue number 1 through 3 going out to a lucky member. That's a lot of giveaways on today's show, Russ.
It absolutely is. Now, back to number 1, the X-Men book I was mentioning, X-Men number 166, burning up the charts.
X-Men number 166. This is a spec book That's like 2 years old, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this movie is never going to come out. I'm like kind of half joking, but today as we're filming, I just got an update that they delayed the movie again.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next trailer came out earlier this week.
Right.
To get people excited about the movie coming out really soon in April. Nope, just got pushed back. We may not see this year.
Wow.
We don't know. But what happened 2 years ago? We saw a dragon, like a stuffed animal dragon on screen. Magic's holding it. And it led people to think that we're going to see Lockheed in this movie. But it was just a stuffed animal, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very, very small spec. Well, this week in the recent trailer, we don't even know if this was intentional, but the last like second of the trailer, you see Magic with her freaking soul sword. This is going to be an amazing movie. I'm actually betting it's actually be pretty damn good. She's going up against Demon Bear, and you see a dragon attacking, helping her. This dragon is a classic member of the X-Men, like Kitty Pryde's best friend. First appears in this issue, and now we actually have a reason to spec because this is likely going to be in the movie.
So $15 raw with a high sale of $250 at a 9.8, but a 500% increase in copies sold. This is crazy. And if you're a fan of Lockheed, make sure you also look to get a copy of 168, which is the first time they mention the name Lockheed. 166 first appearance, but they don't even call him that yet.
And 168 is one of my all-time favorite Kitty Pryde covers, and it's the first time you see Kitty Pryde as an adult. It's a great book nonetheless. It seemed like that reveal may not have been intentional. Like, they barely show it, and that would have been a really cool thing to debut in the movie if you didn't expect it. Well, I looked up, and Josh Boone actually said this week that they were going back to redo some special effects, specifically mentioning Lockheed. So I think it was like cat's out of the bag. Might as well let people know that we're going back to tweak special effects and not to do reshoots. Because that's the first thing you think of. You're like, oh, they're going back? Oh, no, they're going to Suicide Squad this.
Right.
No. It sounds like we are getting the original adaptation that he intended, and we're going to see this flying dragon.
Very cool.
Comic fam, let us know what you think about this video. If you found any value to the work we do, hit that like button. We need your support.
Absolutely. Make sure you click the subscribe button, comment down below if you want to win any of the 5 giveaways we have this week. So many cool things.
And then, of course, comic fam, if there's one thing that you need to do,
geek responsibly.